Yes, it's me. I'm back again with another video. So, I wanted to come through in this video and I wanted to talk about homophobia. And I really don't like using that term either because um, I don't think that people have a fear of gay people. I think that it's more along the lines of just being anti-gay, whatever the case may be. Um, but I want to talk about the darker aspects of androgyny that no one really talks about. The darker aspects of androgyny is actually homophobia. Because even I have to come to that realization that if I'm an occultist, then I have to deal with everything. Good, so-called good, and so-called bad. So even within androgyny, there's a dark side, or what would be perceived as a more sinister side. And that sinister side is what we call homophobia and anti-gay. But what it's really about, what all this is really about, is robbing the true androgynous, the original androgynous, or the true androgynous people of which is black people, to rob us of our harmonic balance and to use that energy for whatever they want. So while we're all over here fighting each other over, who's gay and who's straight. See, it's what it is. It's not even about the you can let me say this because I'm trying to find the right words to say this. Disliking a person because you don't like the fact that they like the same sex. Okay? But at the end of the day, that's not what it's really about on a larger scale. And when I say on a larger scale, I'm talking about people who are in power and who have access to our ancient information physically. They understand the power within androgyny. And they understand that gay black people on this planet, that we have that power and we possess that power along with the black woman. We possess that power, and they know that in order for them to really be able to use that energy the way they want, then they have to convince us that, and I said this in a prior video, they have to convince us that we're no good, and they have to create this energy, this homophobic environment, this anti-gay environment, which is really anti-harmony. Anyone that is anti-gay, you're anti-harmony. That means that means you are against harmonic balance when you're anti-gay. Okay? Because to be gay is to be cheerful, is to be pleasant, is to be happy, and it's to be in harmonic balance. That is what it means to be gay. So these people who say, though, I'm anti-gay, what you're saying is that you're against harmonic balance. And see, these elitists, they know this shit. They know it. So this is why they do everything they possibly can to set up a homophobic, anti-gay environment, especially in the black community. Especially in the black community. Washington, D.C. is one of the most homophobic places, in my opinion, overt and covert. I've been born and raised here. I'm almost 40 years old. And a lot of the homophobia is covert, for the most part. But it's here. And that is why D.C., the town of D.C., has literally been invaded by, rich white LGBT people, because a lot of them are probably, into occult studies, and they probably understand concepts and different things about the occult. They probably understand all that shit. Again, that is why the flag of the LGBT is all the chakra systems. Does anybody ever notice that? All the colors on the LGBT flag represent the chakra system. Come on now. Ryan Murphy is a gay man, the creator of American Horror Story, Glee, American Crime Story. I know for a fact he knows concepts of the occult, just based upon the things I've seen in his shows, especially American Horror Story. That's really the only show that I watch, American Horror Story. But of his that I watch. I did watch Feud. I like that too. The show about famous feuds. The last one he did was about Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. Y'all got to check that out. But anyway, that's another story. But so what's happening is that they create this environment of homophobia. See, the people at the top, they don't give a fuck who you sleep with, but they have to convince the people beneath them, on the lower echelon, they have to convince the people beneath them that it's so important for them to target specifically gay black people, or target anyone who, you don't have to be gay, but if you are someone who is creative and genuinely creative without robbing someone else of their creation, if you are someone who is genuinely creative, they will target you. If you are someone that truly channels the androgynous energy, and you have allowed that energy to, channel through you fully without any bias, they will target you. And as I was saying earlier, DC is one of the most covert homophobic places there is. I've heard people say that, other gay people say, well, they can't tell. Well, that's because, and no shade to them, but that's because they can't tell because it's covert. It's covert. And a lot of times you don't know, especially if you're third eye and especially if you're not conscious spiritually, you don't know. See, I can recognize covert homophobia. I can recognize it. That's why when I hear a person say the word, let's just say the word flag it. I'm not going to say the full word. My video might get flagged by YouTube. But if you say the F word, the derogatory term for gay people, which to me, that word to me, I looked up the etymology of the word. It has no more power. I took the power away from it. It can't offend me anymore, But that's why I can hear a person say that word, but I can still know their heart. And if I know their heart is not malice or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter what they say. But the people that, we have to watch out for as gay black people, we have to watch out for those who smile in our face. The ones who tell you, oh, I don't say that word. Those are the ones you really have to watch out for, But homophobia, anti-gay, whatever you want to call it, that is the darker flip side of androgyny. Because remember, we are down here to transform. We're down here doing alchemy. That's all part of our alchemy. We have to experience both sides of the pendulum. The happy, cheerful, what we call the good side, and the more sinister side. We're down here to transform and to do this alchemy. And homophobia is the darker, more sinister aspect of the androgynous energy. Because remember, if we're occultists, we understand that everything has a balance. Even within that, and I really have to, this just came to me today. This information I just channeled this today. Okay, this just came to me, and I was like, well, I'll be damned. And I even have to understand that. I even have to understand that, especially when other black men who are heterosexual are coming at me all the time. I get attacked by heterosexual black men verbally all the time. Not to my face. The shit is covert when they're around me. You can tell they don't like you if they tell you gay because they won't speak to you. They'll act like you're not in the room. That's how covert homophobia works. You know, which I don't give a fuck about, because most of them niggas, I don't want them speaking to me anyway. They fucking ugly. Ciao, bye. But, yeah, that's how covert homophobia works. But when they are on the computers and when these niggas are on, you know, in different forms where they can hide and mask their identity, some of them mask, some of them don't. You know, they talk big shit. You know, they let you know that they hate gay people and they wish gay people to die, and they don't understand, you know, that reality and that atmosphere is being, you know, pushed. That aggressive kind of psychotic homophobia and anti-gay is being pushed because what these men don't realize, and women too, who subscribe to that thinking, what they don't realize is that it's not just about being gay. When you say that you're anti-gay, see, these words have meanings and they have frequencies attached to them. And when you say certain things, you are creating a certain reality for you. So when you call a man gay that you don't like, when you call a man gay that you don't like, you're basically saying that he's harmonically balanced and that he's cheerful and that, you know, he's happy. That's basically what you're saying. Oh, he's gay. Well, you're saying that that man is happy, cheerful, and harmonically balanced with the universe. Instead of calling him gay, just call him something else more that's derogatory. Because calling a person gay is not insulting them, although, you know, that is what, you know, that word has become to be known for, to describe a homosexual person. You know, just say he's a homosexual. That would be a more stinging, more energetically appropriate thing to say, that the person is a homosexual, although gay and homosexual mean the same thing, you know, but really they don't, because gay can mean different things. Homosexual has one meaning, and that is a person who is sexually attracted to their gender, to their own gender, you know. So when you call a person gay, you know, or you might as well just call them the F word. I mean, shit. You might as well. But don't call them gay if you're trying to insult them, because you're just simply saying that they are harmonically balanced, that they're cheerful, and that they're happy. And this is what is true. This is what is being robbed from black people in general. You know, we're fighting for you know, all these different things on a surface level, but we're not looking at what is actually being taken away from us. You know, but ultimately, you know, as occultists, you know, especially, you know, the few black gay occultists that are out there, we have to examine homophobia, and we have to examine it and say, you know what, that is the flip side or the darker aspect of androgyny. That is what we're down here to help balance out, all of that stuff. We're down here to transform. That's the alchemy that we're doing. And, you know, occultists, we deal with everything. Because I used to think, well, why does it seem like everything is always against me? You know what I mean? It seems like all these niggas are always... Now I get it now. I'm starting to really get it. It doesn't mean on a human level that I like it or that I fully accept it, but I'm beginning to understand what's really happening and why this is. Because I'm an occultist. So therefore, I am dealing with both negative and positive things. And that is what occultists are supposed to do. We're not supposed to just get locked down into one aspect of something. Like I was saying in a video the other day, you know, when you want to banish all negativity, that is impossible, because negativity and positivity balance each other out. It's about balance, you know, because you have to work with negativity sometimes, especially when you want to fuck somebody up. When you want to send somebody some negative energy, you know, you have to be able to, you know, deal with negativity. And I'm very good at working with negative energy. That's why I tell niggas, you know, don't try it. Don't try it, because I will fuck your motherfucking ass up spiritually. And I'm not saying that because I'm the baddest in the world. I'm not saying that. I don't have no ego like that. But I ain't no motherfucking slouch. You feel what I'm saying? And I've done it. I can speak about it because I've done it. I had this one guy that kept fucking with me and kept fucking with me, and finally I sent him all kinds of shit. Again, I didn't need a candle or none of that. But that's because, you have to understand, if you want to defend yourself, that's just like, okay, if you are in any situation in life, if you take self-defense courses, you don't take those courses to go beating up, innocent people. I mean, some people may do that, I don't know. But you take those courses because you want to be able to defend yourself. You can't go into life, or in this world, you can't be Pollyanna, happy all the time. No, you can't be that. Not in this world. I wish I could be the kind of gay guy that could be happy and, well, I am happy for the most part, but I wish I could be a gay guy that could be smiling all the time and just be, totally Pollyanna to everything, but I can't be that way because there are vultures out there. There are vultures out there and I have to let them know who the fuck I really am sometimes. Sometimes I have to really let them know. What the fuck is what the fuck the tea is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like this motherfucker I had an altercation with back in May. He made a statement to me, you don't even know who the fuck you played with. And I told him, I said, maybe not, motherfucker, but you're going to find out who the fuck you just played with. You know what I'm saying? So, as a cultist, we have to embrace everything. And I know that sounds absolutely insane. Again, on a human level, the shit is, to me, it's fucked up. I don't like it. But spiritually, my spirit is like, you're an occultist. You're a cosmic scientist. You're not down here to just experience, everything going perfectly. You're down here to experience and to have a real human experience. That is why I came back to this planet this time. Because I wanted to come down and have a real human experience. Okay? Because I was chilling in my own fucking dimension. I was like a purple fucking star. Because I remember it. Okay? I remember before I was born. Shit, I remember seeing this purple light. I was a purple star. I was in heaven. I guess you could call it that. And I got the calling to come back down to this motherfucking place. I got the calling to come back. And, for the longest time, I couldn't understand why my life was not like other people's lives, so-called easier. Why I didn't have the traditional family, mother and father. I didn't come down. I chose my mother and father perfectly. I chose the perfect parents for me to come down here and do the work that I'm supposed to do in this life. I chose the perfect scenario. And we choose, most spiritually advanced people, and I'm not trying to say I'm spiritually advanced, but I'm just saying most spiritually advanced people, they choose very complex lives to live when they come down into the physical. They do. And they do that because they want to do their alchemy at the highest level so they can transform, so they can get out of the, cycle of physical reincarnations or reincarcerations, as, the scholars would say. So me coming down here as a black homosexual male or a black gay male during this time, okay, in this body, it doesn't get more human than that. It doesn't get more human than that. But the spiritual reason for anti-gay and homophobia is simple. Those are the darker aspects, or the darker aspects of androgyny, they are the flip side of androgyny, opposed to the more creative side, the more, loving side, the love frequency, all of that, the love frequency, all of that is connected to androgyny, the heart chakra, all of that. So homophobia is the flip side to that. We have to work with that too. As horrible as that may sound, but spiritually I understand why, because it's about keeping balance. It's all about keeping balance in this matrix. So anyway, that's all I really have to say. I can't think of anything else I have to say right now. I'll come back with another video later. Thanks.